Hey, Marc Millan here. Thank you for letting me be a part of your day and connecting with you. Today, I want to talk about singing from a place of faith over feelings. Singing from a place of faith over feelings. Paul wrote in Corinthians, "For we know that our earthly tent," speaking of our earthly vessels, and he starts with that phrase, "for we know." And I think it's important when we get into singing songs of worship, what we feel is a part of it. But I want to kind of take us to a place a little bit deeper than that. So how we feel, what we feel, those are important things. But feelings are fleeting. They change all the time. And so when I am choosing a song, when I'm getting ready to lead people in worship, perhaps when you're putting a set list together and you want to sing a song, or you hear a new song, maybe you've written a song, there's no way not to feel a connection to all of that. And really, our soul is part of worship, right? We ignite our soul. David preached to himself, "Why are you downcast, O soul?" Right? He can tell that his feelings were feeling down and he was trying to lift them up. So our feelings are a part of who we are, right? We're soul, mind, and body. So we have thoughts, we have our emotions and our will, and then we have our vessel, and our heart really is what kind of drives us towards that final decision. Our soul, when we feel things, is important, but if you're honest with yourself, you know that sometimes you just don't feel it. Sometimes maybe you have to sing a song that you don't feel it. Maybe that day you love the set list, you love everything, but something else is going on in your life and you're just not feeling it that day. What do we do? What do we do when we don't feel it? Can we lead worship when we don't feel it? Well, I'll tell you this, and I hope this encourages you, that leading worship when you don't feel it doesn't mean it's hypocritical. I want to say that again. Leading worship when you don't feel it is not hypocritical. What I mean by that is if you're solely dependent on feeling it or having strong feelings, positive feelings, vibes that make you feel like, yes, this is going to be incredible worship service, that helps, trust me. Having the soul feel all that goodness and that excitement and that enthusiasm, it goes a long way. It kind of gives you that extra boost in your coffee, if you know what I'm saying. It kind of gives you that extra jolt to just be in it and excited. It shows on your face that you're just really engaged with it. So all of that is great, but there are days where you're not going to feel that. And there's going to be other things weighing in on your emotions, on your thoughts, on your life. There's things that are going to be happening in life and those around you that are affecting your heart. And so where do we go when we don't have that anchor of good feelings? Can we still lead worship? Yes. Yes, we can, because leading worship is not about singing from a place of feelings. It's singing from a place of faith. So instead of relying on how I feel, I always have to go back to what I know. And that is so important. David showed this in the Psalms time and time again, especially when he was expressing his frustration, when he was hurting, when he was doubting things that were happening in his life. He would always kind of go back to this, but I know that the Lord is good, but I know that the Lord is faithful, but I know that God is a strong tower. He would always go back to what he knows over what he was feeling. And what we know is how we build our faith. We hear the Word of God, we apply it, and we learn more about who He is. And when we know who He is, we can trust that over the things that we don't understand in life. Feelings help. They kind of make it exciting. They make it easy. But I want to tell you, if you want to have kind of a better middle ground, always when it comes to leading worship, I want to encourage you, get to know God and study who He is, understand His character, understand His heart, because that will always lead you further than your feelings. Singing from a place from what we know over versus what we feel. I hope that helps you today, and I hope that helps you through the seasons when you feel stuck, when you feel like you can't do it, when you feel like you don't want to do it. And sometimes I get there and I just have to go back and say, God, what do I know about your promises, and what do I know about what you want for these people in this moment. And that kind of leads me forward and kind of helps me continue to move. So I hope that blesses you. Until next time.